I just don't understand why the fuck you would do an interview like this. You go to a bank with a fucking mask on. You, my friend, are suspicious.
Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. Who is he? Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. And who is he? Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. And what he do? And it's gonna react to all the self-snitching.
Hi, this is Bruce Rivers. Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Criminal Lawyer Reacts. I'm Bruce Rivers, the bearded wonder, back from our trip to Alaska. I don't know if I'm going to keep this or not. Keep it for a little bit, but it's really itchy and I like a clean face. But anyway, we got a lot of requests to respond to this PunchMade dev. Tommy G interviewed him, and so we're going to kind of... And I haven't seen this interview, so I don't know exactly what I'm reacting to. The content genius, Michael Rivers, who's sitting behind the camera as we speak, controlling every movement of mine. Not really. We've had a lot of requests for this, so that's why we're reacting to it. But before we do, this is brought to you by ContractsCounsel.com. Some of you guys that watch this channel are lawyers, and I know you're lawyers. I know it because you comment, and I love the comments. In fact, some of them we were inspired to be lawyers. If you're a lawyer, go to ContractsCounsel.com. You can do some really good work for some good people from the comfort of your own home. Do it remotely. See, a lot of people need contracts for whatever purpose. We have a lot of clients, but not as many lawyers as we need. The demand is super high out there. So ContractsCounsel.com is an effective way for you to get some legal work done from home. And they're associated with eSign.com. So it's a very reputable and decent organization. And if you need a contract, go to ContractsCounsel.com as well, like a business agreement or a real estate agreement, whatever you need. They've got everything you need at ContractsCounsel.com. Okay, so let's just get into this. This is kind of I think this falls in line with self-snitching. So let's just kind of get into it.
Tommy G, today we're diving into the world of scamming. Everything you're about to see is purely reenactment and for educational purposes only.
Okay, that doesn't absolve you when you're sitting there holding a big wad of cash and you can't educate people on how to scam. That's a crime in and of itself.
So you don't get scammed like people like this. What would you say if you met a scammer in real life?
Seeing a higher percentage increase. Oh, you need a pill, I used to press those. I came a long way, I won't forget my favorite custos. Now I got the fiends hooked, it's hard to say no. When they come back.
Okay, here we are with bling and the firearms. So one of the things that people do a lot of times is they, scam credit card skimming and that kind of stuff. And I think that's what he's talking about. And I've represented a number of people on these kinds of cases. And generally speaking, when you do represent somebody on something like this, they're electronic cases, and it goes right back to, and usually what happens is somebody gets caught with a shit ton of credit cards, a skimming machine, and they replicate somebody else's information, but with your name on the credit card. So
I know I lost those. I can't lie, the process wasn't perfect. I killed my tester. I gotta pay respects to my fiend Heather. She took my
put that up here. Everything's free today.
Today we meet one of the most famous scammers on the internet, PunchMade Dev. He's made a name for himself as one of the biggest scam rappers on the internet with songs like How to Write a Dump and Punch Anthem. On his social media platforms, he flaunts an absurd amount of money and jewelry.
So when you do that, when you sit there and flaunt your cash, all that, and remember what we said about the feds, you put that on social media, number one, it's never going away. Number two, the feds and other law enforcement, they mine social media data. So if all of a sudden you're on the radar screen and you have this shit out there, guess what? You're a target.
Jewelry. Today, I ask him about the most common scams people are pulling right now so that we the people can better learn how to protect ourselves from scammers like him. The goal of this documentary is twofold. First, to be aware of how scammers operate, and second, to encourage viewers to be the hero and not the villain. Not only is scamming a loser way to make money, but it also can carry a heavy penalty of up to 20 years in prison. The reenactments you are about to see are for educational purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised.
I'm hitting banks, dropping checks, cooking clones, and cracking cards.
Our job today is to explore the most common scams that are out there, see how we can protect you, the viewer, from it, and also meet a guy that is a true internet phenomenon and character, PunchMade Dev. We're not taking any chances with this guy. We don't know how good of a scammer he is, but I'm putting my wallet with my credit cards in the glove box.
Why would you do that? You would do that because The guy's a scammer, and you're a potential target.
Yeah, nice to meet you, man.
You look like you're out of a movie scene, dude. A character from GTA or something.
I'm a fucking nice man in the world you can play.
Let's see, how much is that? That's $2,000. Oh, those are 20s. Okay, look at what I just stopped it on the money. They're all 20s. Who the fuck likes 20s? I hate 20s. I fucking hate 20s. I hate it when people, usually when people pay me in 20s, they're really smelly because they've been sitting around a long time.
What's your social security number?
I got yours.
How hard is it to scam somebody with just their wallet?
Bro, there's actually this device. You can put it right up to your fucking like wallet. You got that chip on it.
That's what we researched, and that's why we hit our credit cards from you.
You said you hit the credit cards?
Yeah.
Oh, it's too late. Let's say I got it in my pocket like that, or like just like this on some shit.
And you can just walk up to me and be like,
My bad, bro.
oh, and then
Oh God,
So one of the things with identity theft is that's factored into is the number of victims. And a guy like this is going to have thousands of credit cards, or different identities, but the credit cards that they use will all have his name on it. So it'll be somebody else's information on the magnetic strip, but he'll press it with his name on it. So when he brings it into a store, it just looks like, and he gives him his own ID or a fake ID with somebody else's name on it, with his picture on it. That's the way they run these scams.
everything. Yes, I'm Tommy G now after that.
So you can steal what? My credit card, my debit card.
Anything with a chip.
Now picture this, you have my credit card and debit card, you just ran my account empty. Do you
Yeah.
feel bad?
Nah. Bank's gonna give you the money back. You ever heard of like a TLO lookup? Like if I had your first and last name, your social will come up, everything. I could probably find you real quick.
No.
Ooh, you're 29, eh?
It's a whole setup. It's a whole setup to scam and just to, I mean, it doesn't take a gun. I mean, it doesn't take sticking somebody up or any face-to-face contact.
It's your birthday? You got a criminal record.
Yeah, I got arrested once.
Damn, what for?
I did a prank channel. I had a fake ball sack that I had hanging out in my pants. And an old couple thought I was really showing them my ball sack, so they arrested me for indecent exposure.
A registered f***ing offender?
No, I'm not a registered sex offender. How do you describe yourself in the scamming world?
I feel like the whole world's a scam, but they just look at me as a bad guy. If I take money from you, you're gonna get the money back. Nobody's gonna hurt. I mean, it would be fucked up if I sim swap.
That's not true, actually, because banks will only reimburse you up to a certain extent, especially if you delay, because a lot of times you won't know about it until it might even be too late. So people do get hurt, and it is a fucking pain in the ass when somebody, because then you got to shut down all your shit and open up new shit, and it's just a pain in the ass. So when nobody gets hurt, somebody gets hurt, and even the banks are, corporations that they pass everything on to little guys. So it does have a ripple effect.
You and then just start posting like some crazy shit on your Instagram.
Is that possible?
Yes.
Do you think you're a bad guy?
I feel like it's worse people.
Robin Hood was well liked because he took from the
I just don't understand why the fuck you would do an interview like this. I mean,
rich and gave to the poor.
Yeah.
Do you view yourself as a modern day Robin Hood?
Take from the rich and give to the poor.
he's taking from you and giving it to me. That's what he's doing.
I really take from the poor and then the rich is me.
What wallet do you recommend to people
Take from the poor and the rich is me.
to protect them from scammers?
There is no wallet. Or if it was, I wouldn't tell nobody.
Okay, so how can
If there was, I wouldn't tell nobody. This guy is just brazen and doesn't give a shit.
someone avoid that wallet scam?
Use Apple Pay, I guess.
So just don't carry a wallet?
Yeah, don't carry a wallet.
That's the only way to avoid it.
Yeah.
How much does this thing cost?
38.
$38,000.
Just for the pendant.
How can I tell if this is real or fake?
You gotta get a diamond tester. We can go to the jewelry store.
Not sure how legal this all is, but YouTube, this is educational purposes, a documentary.
He's trying to be careful because he doesn't want to be an accessory to a crime. So if you're teaching people how to scam, you can be an accessory to a crime.
Don't ban this, don't strike this, don't age restrict it. Let me show the people what they need to see to protect themselves. So is there like an exit strategy in the scammer world? Because I feel like your clock's ticking.
My clock's ticking.
I mean, eventually, right? I mean, even Al Capone got, you know?
I'm not Al Capone, I'm PunchMade Dev. Undefeated.
What's your guy?
Undefeated. When you have an attitude like that in any respect, when you're not afraid because you're just a badass and you're just whatever, those are the people that are going to fall the hardest. And he's doing this interview.
I just take on
Or
scamming.
the government scamming. They doing billion-dollar scams. What's the little millions and shit we taking? What's that gonna hurt?
That's self-snitching right there.
The bank. What are you guys thinking? My bullshit detector's going off a little bit. That's fake bling, I feel like.
It had like that tin can rattle to it.
Should we call Tracks NYC and see if he can?
I think it's hilarious to think that the jewelry's fake. Well, and they have 20s. I mean,
Tell us if PunchMade stuff is real or fake. Hey, I'm about to film someone doing something sketchy at a bank, but I'm trying to find out how I can tell if something's a fake diamond or not. We're with PunchMade Dev, and he has allegedly $250,000 of bling on his neck, and I want to call Tracks and see how we know if he's legit or not.
Do you have any like photos of it you could just send me quick before?
Yeah.
Send me the photos and then I'll let you know.
Cool, all right, sounds good. What the hell are you doing right now?
I'm about to hit a wire.
What does that mean?
Log in and wire some money out.
why would you do that? Why would you put, if you're all that in a bag of chips, as they say where I'm from, why would you, if you're that good and you're that prolific, you're making that much money and you got such a solid thing going with this scammer, why would you put this on the internet? So you got one of two things. Either this is just a play, for publicity to blow him up, or he's really doing this. And so he's either a poser, or if he's really doing this, then it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. If any of that bling is actually real, and who cares if it is or isn't, but anything that he buys with stolen funds is subject to forfeiture. So his house, his car, his jewelry, his cell phone, his clothes, anything can be forfeited.
Try to learn how to scale. That's what Tommy's trying to do.
No, the goal of this episode is to learn how to protect the people at home from this type of tomfoolery. How much are you gonna clean this guy out?
If they'll give me 20, I'll do it.
What's gonna happen? You're gonna walk in there, you're gonna wire transfer money to yourself from someone else's account. How quick is all this gonna happen, you think?
10 minutes.
Have you ever known someone that's been scammed?
It'd be fun to watch him walk in there and then not walk out of the bank. I mean, it's just so brazen.
No, but I've almost been scammed myself.
How did you almost get scammed?
Well, I mean, people call you every day. Somebody called.
So I was actually scammed once. There was somebody, they sometimes, I don't know if they do this much anymore, but they had a skimming machine on a gas pump in another city. And all of a sudden, that person went to Cabela's and tried to buy some shit for $2,000 on my account. And they were successful in doing it. And then I had to go to the bank, and it was a big hassle. And then, oddly enough, I see the fucker in court after he got popped. I'm like, wait a second, that's the guy that in my case. And he was in Minneapolis on one case, but my case was in another city. So he had multiple. And that's the thing about this kind of stuff. You can't just hit one score. They're constantly going score after score after score.
Called me yesterday and told me I had $2,500 worth of vacation points. I've never signed up for anything.
What should be the punishment for a scammer?
There
Probation?
should definitely be a punishment. I don't know what the punishment should be. A jury should determine that.
Fair enough. Has anyone attempted to scam you before?
Yes,
How do they do it?
with my debit.
And what happened to you when they tried to scam you?
I just found a charge on my debit card that I didn't do. This was in Arizona.
How much was it for?
It wasn't a lot. It was only about $80.
Did the bank refund you?
We did.
What should be the punishment for scammers?
I'm not sure.
See, I got their balance right there, 430K. I'm about to wire that to this account that I got my hands on. I'm gonna try to just do a quick 10 real quick.
Oh, how nice of you, Dev. You're only taking 10 racks instead of
Only 10,000. All right, let's do it.
Okay.
What the fuck? Honestly, why would you put that? Let somebody film you doing that.
Tommy, nice to meet
What's
you.
up, man?
Derek, why do you think scamming become so popular? What do you guys think when kids look up to you?
If I'm a cop in that jurisdiction and that gets reported, then you subpoena this footage if you can find it.
It's actually pretty crazy.
You don't want to work for 50 years, your back broke, and then you can finally do what you want because you finally got some money.
How long do you guys want to be in the game for before you're...
I want to be like probably 30, then invest.
Forever, nigga.
Invest in what? I mean, invest in what? A lawyer, because you're going to get charged and they're going to forfeit everything that you just thought you earned or stole?
Thank you. Free 10.
Let me sniff it to make sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
What are you going to do with this $10,000?
I might give it back.
So that's 10 grand. If he really did just scam somebody out of 10 grand, it's all caught on film.
What's the most amount of money you ever walked out of a bank with?
70,000.
How did that feel?
Feel good. Feel amazing. Went and bought a chain with it.
We're gonna head to a gas station next and show you the next scam to avoid.
So, the issue in a case like this isn't just the $10,000 that he just scammed on. It's the overtime. You know how much, and the federal guidelines for something like this. I mean, certainly is a federal crime because it's wire fraud, bank fraud, wire fraud, and it's all driven by loss amount. So 10 grand, it would not be that much money, you know. But over time, you aggregate all of his scams, and if it is in the millions, then we're talking, you know, some serious prison time and maybe even some mandatory minimum.
We just got a message from Mickey.
They're probably real. Might be more than $250,000. What? And on his Instagram, the one with all like the MasterCards, I think I saw like a different jeweler actually post them who made them like a while ago. So yeah, it's real.
Sorry, PunchMade Dev, we thought you were fake. You know who Tracks NYC is?
Yeah.
I asked him if your shit was fake. Guess what he said? He said it's real.
Oh, he got me?
No, he said it's real though.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying he got my back, man. You know, ain't no denying that.
This is why I thought it was fake. It was the clunking sound.
Every chain's gonna sound like that.
Don't sound like that. You need to be looking suspicious.
I will admit that I was wrong.
Who gives a shit, honestly?
About bling. So we're getting into skimmers.
Yeah.
And
dumps.
And what's a dump?
So say if I wanted to write up a dump, right? I would get a track 1, a 101 or a 201. So I get the information off my site. You can use the white blanks, but this one's better because it got a whole face. This is the big boy one. The one right here, this is the Bluetooth one I got, but I couldn't bring it on the plane with me, so.
How much does this cost?
Can't be no more than like 100.
And how much has this made you?
It's like over 500K.
So if someone says they're a certified dumper, this is what they're talking about.
They could either be the person getting the dumps with the skimmer, or they could be the person writing them up using them.
That's akin to possessing burglary tools. I just don't know why you would do an interview like this. Apparently, you know, everything he's doing is illegit.
Like I know somebody working at McDonald's, right? I'll give them a skimmer and they work through the drive-thru. You say somebody's buying something right now, right? They'll pay, right? And then my person will quickly go like this, swiping on the from my end, and that's when I get all the info. End of the day, I have like a list of like 20 of them. I'm about to wipe this one empty. I'm about to write up a dump on it for y'all.
Why the fuck would he tell them this? This is just so stupid. I would be shocked if he doesn't get busted. It's 130,000 likes, 4.9 million views. And this doesn't draw the attention of law enforcement?
The FBI looking into you? Because how are you not in federal prison at this point?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm doing? You got a VPN, a proxy server, RDP.
And the way someone stops this is by hitting lock on their bank account, right?
Yeah.
So as far as scamming goes, do you feel like you're NBA level scammer?
Oh, I'm like LeBron of the scamming and Michael Jordan combined.
Does your
When you think you're that good, guess what? That's when you fall.
mother know you're a scammer?
Nah, I tell her I do crypto. All right, so now I got the numbers plugged in. I'm about to run this through. So now I just wrote somebody else's info right here.
How much money is on that card?
This one got about like a $600 balance. Wherever y'all went, we're about to go get everything for free real quick.
Are they gonna eat this cost or the bank eat this cost?
The bank's gonna eat it. They really gonna.
You're sure?
For something small like this, that was a wire that'd be like 10 to 14.
This is when you get a message on your phone, like,
yeah.
was this you? And you just say no, and then they reimburse you.
Give it back in like less than 24 hours. Tastes better, feels better when it's free.
How does it? I'm gonna spend my own hard-earned money.
It tastes better when it's free. Perhaps it does for him. But once he gets a taste of the lack of freedom, it ain't gonna be that funny.
I can spend the other guy's money. Has anyone ever tried to scam you before?
Yeah, of course.
In what way? How do they try and do it?
Oh, I got almost scammed on a puppy thing online.
You had to pay a down payment for a puppy and then there was no puppy?
They were trying to with like fake pictures, and then I just canceled it because I said this feels like a scam.
What do you think should happen to a scammer if they get caught?
I mean, there should be some sort of legal repercussion.
What do you think?
It's tough to say.
What would you say if you met a scammer in real life?
I'd probably punch him.
Ooh.
I don't know why we all look at you. Yeah.
Well, if I get scammed in the next 24 hours, I'll be calling you guys for help, okay?
Yeah, we got you back.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Everything's free for everybody today.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Thank you. I would love some White Owl white grape, please.
Well, anything, everything's free today.
Go get some.
And all the guys that are around him participating in this are aiding and abetting, or they're principals in the crime as well. And so everything they do is part and parcel of the whole thing, which means they're all liable.
Go get your
30 seconds.
That's cool. I love that.
Ma'am, you can put that up here. Everything's free today.
I know, I said the same thing. They call him what?
PunchMade Dev.
Okay, who is he?
PunchMade Dev, how would you describe yourself?
A great person. Very caring.
Also,
Nice.
he would describe himself as a rapper and a scammer.
Oh, okay.
Internet's most famous scammer.
Oh, goodness.
And now here's the thing: if any of them know that that's stolen funds, that they're aiding and abetting as well.
Well, good for him. He's doing good doing it, I guess.
That touched.
What we doing?
The duality of man, folks. The yin and yang of life, huh? We just went into a and he came out with $10,000 cash.
It works. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
It's funny how their tune changes as soon as the scammer's helping them. They don't care.
Probably punch him.
Which I could see why. People are complicated, you know. People are very complicated. I heard the guy that's card that is was working hard at McDonald's for 10 hours for that money.
Oh yeah, he's working very hard. He's just running his credit.
But you know, the thing about it is, you drain that guy's account, sure, he might get it back from the bank, but it's going to take a little while. Maybe he misses rent, maybe he misses this, maybe, you know, maybe he's trying to go buy dinner for his family and he can't because his account is all locked up.
This is directly from his song.
The clerk will let you swipe the card after you jam the chip. After it ain't working 2 times, she'll let you use the strip.
It didn't decline?
No, I didn't fly. I never fly.
Tell him, Ted.
They'll probably have a nice day.
The one thing I do want to know, why does he have goggles on his head?
Sometimes they try to make you use the chip, but that's why you just jam the chip and make it purposely decline.
So
Type in
what
the
you
wrong
just
pin.
did, you follow a step-by-step of your own instruction from the
Yes.
song. How does an ordinary person stop that from happening to them?
There's no way.
Just if you use your debit card, shut the bank off right away.
Yeah, but it's not even you losing it though. You'll just go you'll go pay for it somewhere, or I'll have somebody at an inside like a McDonald's, and they'll swipe that through, and then card info is mine.
So the next scam we're gonna go into is the skimmer.
And the person is scamming, you know, or skimming the card at McDonald's for him that he probably pays, she's just as guilty of the whole crime as if she did the whole thing herself.
Put a scammer on top of this. I mean, a skimmer on top of this. It's mainly the one in the store too, like the one that I just used.
That's what happened to me.
You'll have another it's quick. Like somebody will pull up and just plop it on quick, and you won't even know.
So would you know if you walked up to one with a skimmer? Would you know?
Yeah, I would know.
So you can tell.
Yeah.
Where's the next spot we're pulling up to?
We could punch that pizza.
You guys, what's going through your head right now? We've seen a few scams.
It was pretty much step by step like you described in the song. Just make it decline twice and then swipe it.
He literally did his own playbook in front of us.
Yeah.
It's just crazy how easy it is.
It doesn't feel as bad when you're stealing from banks. Like if I knew that he was causing people
Who uses banks? I mean, it ultimately has a trickle-down effect for the average consumer.
to get evicted or not be able to pay rent or not be able to afford their kids, I'd be really pissed and want to strangle him. But I'm not as angry that he's scamming a bank.
I feel like everybody's got to foot the cost eventually, so like I feel like that's just getting passed on to the consumer.
It's kind of like the hood Mr. Beast.
Yeah, he's kind of the hood Mr.
Like
Beast.
chaotic, evil Mr. Beast.
I love that. The hood Mr. Beast. PunchMade Dev.
Everybody listen up, this a punch lesson. Go and get a fire Carter site, go to the dump section. Never get a...
How many pizzas have you punched from this place?
Domino's ain't really my first choice, but...
If you're gonna steal a pizza, I feel like this is like the C-level place to steal from.
Yeah, I'm about to call them. I'm about to order like 6-7 pizzas, and then they're gonna ask for the card details over the phone. I'm gonna give it to them.
You just give someone else's card.
Yeah. Pick up.
Can I ask the name for the order, please?
Kane, can I get a large cheese pizza?
Pride month, so maybe some sausage pizza?
One large pepperoni.
One large sausage.
One large sausage, so...
This will be $54.09.
Yes, I could punch it.
When he says this is for educational purposes only, and he's buying a fucking pizza, you just committed a crime.
Yeah.
The transaction is successful.
So you just punched a pizza?
Yeah, punched a couple pizzas for free.
How can Domino's protect themselves from people like you?
But they can't. They just gotta hope people like me don't want to.
If you remember what he said at the beginning, we're going to try to teach people how to avoid the scams. There's none of that in this video.
Eat there.
Should we do an ATM and then pick up the pizzas?
Yeah. We hit the ATM.
All right, we're hitting the ATM.
We're hitting the ATM. Aid advising, counseling, conspiring, or otherwise encouraging to commit a crime. You're just as guilty. It's called aiding and abetting. This guy is now aiding and abetting this guy's crimes. Why would the fuck would you do that? I mean, it's just so stupid. Guess what? You go to a bank with a fucking mask on. You, my friend, are suspicious. The reason you put a mask on when you go get the shit out of the ATM is, you want to make sure that you don't show your face because they take your picture. But the problem is guess what? He's also got a fucking shirt on and short sleeves, and he might think he's nondescript because of the clothes he's wearing. But there's other cameras all over the bank, and so he's still going to have his picture taken.
About to show you how to use a clone card real quick. Easy money, man. Let's see something.
So probably just took that guy $600.
All right, so what the hell just happened?
We just pieced up a chip, took it into the ATM and cleared that. I had my runner go in there, clear that hoe out.
I had my runner go in there. Because he did. Why is he having it? Well, why? It's so easy. Why don't you do it yourself?
Pull up in a ski mask to a bank. Do you think that sets off any alarms?
Yeah, but it's too late by the time we leave.
Did you know?
No, it's not too late. You're on a fucking video just telling everybody what you just did.
There's the 2 Lexington police officers in a nearby parking lot?
Down the street, yeah, I seen them, yeah.
So now we know where this is. This is in Lexington, Kentucky. Well, I mean, so we know the bank, we know the town, we know who did it. Fucking stupid.
They be there all the time. You just gotta know your area.
The theme I'm getting with all of these scams is the only way to stop it is just don't let your stuff get stolen. If you lose a card, tell the bank to lock it, and the bank will reimburse you if someone like you strikes.
Yeah. The only thing is if like somebody was to wire out more than $250,000 out of your bank account, the government, they only protect up to $250,000.
FDIC insured up to $250K.
Yeah. If it's no more than $250K, you're good.
People that are watching this,
and he knows the bank laws, evidently.
PunchMade Dev is a piece of shit. What do you say to them?
I say you. I probably scammed you, or I will soon.
What are the consequences for scamming? Like what are the penalties someone can face for this?
It could be a whole bunch of factors. A wire fraud is already one. I mean, you could do up to like 20 plus years.
Wire fraud is a federal case, right?
Yeah.
So how are you not scared to let us into your world today?
I know what I'm doing.
Does anyone in your crew have a normal job?
No.
None of you guys do 9 to 5s?
Hell no. Why would they? It's free money.
Why would you do an interview like this? I'm shocked. So stupid. It's just for pub. That's it.
I mean, you gotta have a way to cover it up, you know? Some of us do videos, some of us rap, some of us sell clothes.
Is this your dream job?
This is my dream job.
How long do you plan on being in this game?
Forever. It's really, I don't really.
You're gonna be a grandpa scamming people?
Yeah, I'm gonna be 70 years old, still walking in and out the bank.
When your kids get old enough to see what you've done on the internet, what do you think you're gonna tell your kids?
I'm gonna tell them life isn't supposed to be taken so seriously, so just enjoy it and have fun.
If you wanted to...
So, you know, if he winds up getting busted, that this will be played before a judge. I mean, I can just see everything play out.
Buy a home or a rental property with this money. You think you could do that?
I have a home. Yeah, I got a big ass crib, movie theater, everything in there. I got marble floors, 5 bedrooms upstairs. I got
nobody's got a real job. I'll purchase with money from this enterprise. This illegal enterprise means 100% of everything is forfeitable.
2 bedrooms downstairs, a gym, movie theater upstairs, a pool in the backyard. You can see my closet right here a little bit.
You got the closet you recently came out of?
I just got what he said. Designer everywhere in there.
Hashtag Pride Month.
Our pizza's probably ready.
It's time to get our pizzas. Sorry, Domino's.
Okay, so Tommy G.
Have you ever encountered people scamming their way into pizzas?
Yes.
How do they do that?
They lie.
They lie about
Everything.
How can Domino's protect itself against scammers?
We put their number in the system and block them. They pop.
It's a good thing I got multiple numbers. That's how you punch a pizza. Free eats.
Sorry, Domino's. It's this guy.
Free pizza.
What % of your food you guys actually pay for?
About maybe 5%.
If you guys did this to a mom and pop shop, would you feel bad?
Hell no.
Hell no. No, we don't feel bad about anybody.
How old were you when you first started doing stuff like this?
Like 15.
What was the first scam you ever pulled?
It was like e-horn. I would get like pictures of like a girl I knew or somebody on the internet that looked like a regular girl though. You don't want to get like fucking Ruby Rose or something like that.
E-horn.
Yeah, e-horn. Post it all on Tinder, all them dating apps. And I'll be like, add me on Snap, and I'll sell like a premium and shit like that. That shit was ass though, like just texting like niggas all day. I ain't like doing that.
That probably takes forever.
Yeah, it was slower too.
So you impersonate a decently hot chick, pretending to send exclusive Snapchats to thirsty guys out there.
And I'll do meetups too. I'll be like 300 for a meetup. And people will literally drive like 3 to 4 hours away. But he wants me to tell him what car he's in so he knows like I'm actually there, the female. So he'll pull up to the fucking cul-de-sac. He was in a white Benz. So I was like, I see you in the white Benz. He was like, can I just come in and then pay you after? I was like, nah, send the money.
So here's the thing. You know, There's so many different kinds of scams out there, right? Guys, if you're kind of a dumpy guy and there's a really hot chick that's after you and she's all over you online, it's probably a scam. I'd like to come out and see you. Can you send me, $400 for the airfare? And all of a sudden you never hear from her again because it wasn't even her, it was him. That's what he's talking about, that kind of stuff. I made the mistake of buying shit off of Instagram and, some other places. Just stupidly, I bought a $250 electric surfboard, but I just got a piece of styrofoam in the mail. It was ridiculous. So you really need to protect yourself from these scammers.
Yeah, friend. It's like late at night too, and he sent it, and I told him I didn't get it. I told him send it again. He sent it again. He was like, "This is my last. I'm literally going negative, and I won't have any gas to get home." I swear to God. And then he sent that. And
you didn't feel bad at this point?
No, I rolled up the window and I yelled, "It's the fucking police!" And the nigga drove off.
What gets me is the utter lack of remorse or even the slightest bit of connection to the human condition with these guys. It's just, what can I take, how much can I take it, and how fast can I fucking get it?
He was down to his last while driving a Benz.
Yeah.
So what do you think about some people's financial priorities? Like, I feel like some people they live above.
I'm waiting for Tommy G to take a piece of pizza. Take a piece of pizza, Tommy.
One of my pet peeves is littering. What the hell is this? We gotta feed birds.
Yeah, the birds not. Yeah, I'm just feeding the animals.
How much do you think this ring cost?
That was
$16,000.
Yeah, from Johnny.
So not only does he steal, but he doesn't spend his money wisely.
So we're here at the Airbnb you have for the day. You're gonna show us the last scam of the day.
A big wave right now is Cash App. This one's going crazy. 55.8.
So 55,000.
Literally that simple.
And how did you do that?
Gotta pay for the size, man, and I can cash that out.
All right, I don't really know what just happened. This is what I do know. We just gave you a how-to video, how to avoid getting scammed,
Yeah,
right?
how to avoid getting scammed, educational purposes.
I encourage everybody to make money in a legitimate fashion, in a way that you can look yourself in the mirror, be proud of what you're doing.
Really? While I glorify this scammer and rap artist.
So folks, we just looked into the life of the internet's most famous scammer, PunchMade Dev. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week. Peace.
That's our reaction to investigating the internet's most famous scammer, PunchMade Dev.
Where did y'all get them snacks from? Where'd you get that from? So you spent all your money on snacks?
No, we robbers.
What?
We scammers.
How?
No, I learned the method from PunchMade.
Show me now.
So you the method?
No. Where did you get them snacks from?
The vending machine.
Hold that shit right now.
And you will see him at a prison near you coming soon. He just committed probably half a dozen felonies right on this program. I just can't believe it. How dumb does he have to be all flashy and to be all out there? And because if it's not on the internet, it didn't happen, right? And so that's kind of what these guys are like. My best to everybody who's been scammed, and try to avoid getting scammed from people like this. One way that you can make sure that you're not scammed is you check your account on a regular basis. Change your passwords often. Anybody that calls you that says they're from the IRS and they have a warrant out for your arrest, that's bullshit. Anybody that calls you and says they're from Amazon and they need your account information, it's bullshit. You get an email saying, we need to verify at the XYZ, it's bullshit. You initiate anything, otherwise they're just fucking scams. It really grates on my nerves when I see somebody that just doesn't give a shit about the human being behind some of this stuff. And he's just all fun and games until he goes to fucking prison. I mean, if he goes to prison and they take all his shit, guess what he'll say? Whoops, I guess I made a mistake. I'm sorry, Judge. And the callousness will really affect him down the road. But that's my take. So we'll see you next time here on Criminally Reacts. I'm Bruce Rivers with our content genius, Michael Rivers. Make sure you subscribe, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter. sign up for Patreon, and we'll see you next time here on Criminal Lawyer Reacts.
Bruce Rivers just broke down your case. He know all the charges that you about to face. You ain't coming home till 2058. That self-snitching gon' get you put away. Bruce Rivers just broke down your case. He know all the charges that you about to face. You ain't coming home till 2058. That self-snitching gon' get you put away.
23-hour lockdown, police is at my god.